Hi, I'm State Representative Corey Mason from Racine, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened last night in the state legislature and how that's going to affect tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are seeking unemployment benefits right now. Wisconsin is proud to be the state that invented unemployment insurance for unemployed citizens that are actively seeking work, to make sure that there's a safety net while people are in between jobs, and realizing that economies go through booms and busts. As we find ourselves in the midst of the worst recession since the Great Depression, and as I represent a community of Racine that's struggling with 13 to 14% unemployment, what Republicans did last night was unconscionable and cynical. In what we hoped was a bipartisan deal that would extend unemployment benefits for almost 40,000 Wisconsin residents for another 13 weeks, turned into a cynical approach, perhaps to make things look good for people facing recall elections. Basically saying we will extend unemployment insurance benefits for 40,000 people, but only if we can take unemployment benefits away from people for a week who are newly unemployed. The almost 14,000 people who have just lost their jobs. Under the Republican plan, would be told, sorry, I know you're trying to figure out what's going to happen next. You may have to make decisions between groceries and rent, but we want you to wait a week before we give you any benefits. Now, I've talked to people who are unemployed. I've looked into their eyes and they've asked me, what am I going to do? How am I going to make these decisions between paying childcare, buying groceries, buying medicine, staying in our home and paying that rent or mortgage? What Republicans are doing is playing games with the lives of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents. The people who are unemployed in the state, they're not Democrats, they're not Republicans, they're just Wisconsin residents trying to fight for their family and get by in this rough economy. We owe it to them to come together, do right by them, and extend these benefits for the newly unemployed and the people who've been unemployed for too long trying to get back on their feet in the worst economy since the Great Depression. We can do better for our citizens. We have to. Republicans have to come back and finish this job and do right by everybody who's unemployed and carry on the great Wisconsin tradition of unemployment benefits.